Okay, shalom, shalom to everyone out there. Shalom. This is the milk deliverers of Israel and the seed souls of Israel camps. Once again, coming right back at you with another quick hitter. Always through the power, strength, and faith of the Most High and His Son Christ, of course, and which is Hamashiach. So let me start off giving all honor, thanks, praise, and glory to our Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach Awashai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKadash. Much love to all of the brothers out there that's pushing this biblical truth with all faith and sincerity. That's of the faith, that's of the hopeful 1/3 and elect. And also to the sisters out there that's of the hopeful 1/3 and elect. That's always referencing their husbands and respecting their husbands. That's keeping the law, statute, and commandment to the Most High and pushing this biblical truth to all of our people with all faith and sincerity, according to the biblical scriptures, of course, right? So all of our people out there with eyes to see, ears to hear, and a mind to understand, right? So what I want to call this little video here that I put together, just a little quick something with few scriptures, right, is always be of good courage in the Most High and His Son Hamashiach, right? So the reason why I decided to put this little short video together is because, of course, we're all living in the last days. We're living in trying times, right? And it's going to be a major test to our faith and our spirit in the Most High and His Son Hamashiach, the real Hamashiach according to the biblical scriptures, right? So I decided to put this little video together with a few scriptures just to keep us brothers and sisters of the faith that's of the hopeful elect built up in the spirit in the Most High in His Son Hamashiach. Okay? So the first one that I want to go to is in the book of Isaiah, chapter 45. So this is something that we must do, as a nation of people and as the chosen people of the Most High. We always got to keep our faith and our courage in the Most High and His Son Hamashiach, no matter what, man. Especially nowadays, right? So we're in the book of Isaiah, chapter 45. One second here, brothers and sisters. One second. And I'm going to start at verse 2, and it reads as follows. I, which is the Most High, right, will go before thee and make the crooked places straight. I will break in pieces the gates of brass and cut in sunder the bars of iron. Okay, that's the rulership. That's our oppressors who we're under, right? So he says here again, I will break in pieces the gates of brass and cut in sunder the bars of iron. Verse 3. And I will give thee the treasures of darkness and hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I, which is the Most High, the Lord, which called thee, which is you, the 12 tribes of Israel, right? By thy name am the God of Israel. Okay, so this right here didn't say that He's the God of everyone. He didn't say He's the God of the whole world or everyone in the world, right? As it says here again, verse 3. And I will give thee the treasures of darkness and hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I, the Lord, which is the Most High, which called thee, which is you, by thy name, am the God of Israel. Verse 4. For Jacob, my servant's sake, and Israel, my elect, I have even called thee, which is you, by thy name, my name, right? I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me, right? So while the Most High says, thou hast not known me, which is the 12 tribes of Israel, it's because of what we're doing nowadays, We're off into vain, false deity worship. We're following vain philosophies of the world. We're keeping the customs of the world. And we're not doing anything that the Most High says, right? A lot of our people are not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. So that's the reason why the Most High says, my people do not know me. Right, as it says here. For Jacob, my servant's sake, and Israel, my elect, I have even called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me. So our people don't know the Most High. They don't know that He's the God of Israel, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the 12 tribes of Israel only, okay? Not the whole entire world, or what we've been taught all of our lives, to think that the Most High loves everyone. All right. So that's the reason why the Most High says Israel does not know, at least the ones that's not keeping the laws of God. But us brothers and sisters that's of the faith, that's of the hopeful elect, we know who the Most High is, and we know who Hamashiach is, and we keep the laws of the Most High and have faith in His Son Hamashiach, right? So the next one I want to go to is in the book of Ephesians chapter 6. One second, bear with me here. Let me zoom out a little bit. So this is what our people have to do, man. You know, we have to come back to our God, which is the God of Israel, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and start keeping His laws again, man. This is the only way that you're going to know your God, right? For all of our people out there, the so-called descendants of slaves, right? So in the book of Ephesians, chapter 6, and I'm going to start at verse 10, and it reads as follows. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, which is written in small letter, right? So that's Hamashiach. And in the power of His might, okay? Not in your carnal weapons, right? Or any other carnal way that you may think of handling things, right? As it says here again in verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, all right? And in the power of His might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, okay? So it says the armor of the Most High, you know, not your carnal weapons or anything, right? Or on what you're planning on going to war with, all right? Your carnal knives, your carnal swords, whatever. You know, it says here, put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against the principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, okay? Against spiritual wickedness in high places, all right? It didn't say carnal wickedness, right? It said spiritual wickedness in high places, right? So our nation of people is already conquered physically. You know, we're already in captivity and in servitude to our oppressors, right? We're already paying taxes, right? So there's no need to be battling a carnal war. And I mean, our people are already oppressed, afflicted on a daily basis, right? We're already a defeated people, man, mentally and physically, right? So now they're trying to defeat you spiritually. So this is the reason why it says here in verse 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Okay, verse 13. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand, all right? Having done all to stand is the keeping of the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, figuring who your God is, all right? Figuring who the true Christ is, the true Hamashiach, according to the biblical scriptures, right? So as it says here again, wherefore take unto you the armor of the Most High, right? Not your carnal weapons, not your carnal knives, not your carnal guns, okay? The armor of the Most High, which is the knowledge of these scriptures and your faith in His Son Hamashiach, okay? We're going to go to the book of Joshua, chapter 1. So this is what we must do, all right? We got to put on the whole armor of the Most High and have our faith in His Son Hamashiach, okay? In the book of Joshua, chapter 1, and we're going to go down to verse 7. And it reads as follows. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law, okay, which is the law, statute, the commandment to the Most High. Observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee, which is you, the 12 tribes of Israel, the so-called descendants of slaves, right? Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest, okay? So that's the way that you're going to prosper in the eyes of the Most High, by keeping his laws, statutes, commandments, all right? Verse 8, this book, which is the Holy Scriptures, right? Not your so-called holy or unholy Quran or any other false deity book, right? This book, which is the Holy Scriptures, the Bible of the law, all right? It's not a religious book, all right? It's not an Islamic book. It's not a Buddhist book, okay? It's not a Greco-Roman Catholic book, all right? It's not a Christendom Jesuits book, okay? This book, which is the Holy Scriptures of the law, shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous. All right. So if you're keeping and meditating on the laws of the Most High, that's how you're going to make your way prosperous in the Most High, right? For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. All right. So that's the way that you're going to have good success in this world, by following the Most High, keeping your faith in his son Hamashiach. Okay. Verse 9. Have not I commanded thee, be strong and of a good courage? Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. All right. So don't be worried. For the Most High, thy God, which is your God, your power, to the so-called descendants of slaves, right? The descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay. For the Lord your God, which is your power, is with thee whithersoever thou goest. All right. So no matter where you're going, no matter what you're doing in this world, if you're keeping the laws of the Most High in the faith in his son Hamashiach, the Most High is with you 100%, right? We're going to go to the book of Exodus, chapter 15. So this is all we have to do. We have to keep the laws of the Most High, keep our faith in the Most High, keep our faith in his son Hamashiach, the real Christ, and the Most High is going to be with us, man. That's all we have to do. Okay, we're in the book of Exodus, chapter 15. And I'm going to start at verse 3. And it reads as follows. The Lord, which is the Most High, is a man of war. The Lord is his name, all right? So the Most High is a man of war, not the type of God that you've been taught all your lives that allow you to do whatever you want. He's a man of law. He's a man of principles, okay? He's a man of war. He's not some soft God that you've been taught in your religious church, all right? Like most of our parents and our grandparents believe. As it says here again, the Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. Verse 4. Pharaoh's chariots and his hosts have he cast into the sea, which is the Red Sea. His chosen captains also are drowned in the Red Sea, which is his mighty men. The Pharaoh's mighty men of Egypt, right? Which is his chosen captains are drowned in the Red Sea, all right? And his chariots. Verse 5 again. The depth have covered them, they sank into the bottom as a stone. Thy right hand, O Lord, which is the Most High, is become glorious in thy power, Salakia. Thy right hand, O Lord, have dashed in pieces the enemy. Who was the enemy? That was the Egyptians that had our ancestors in captivity for 400 plus years, right, in Egypt. Okay. Verse 7. And in the greatness of thine excellency, thou hast overthrown them that rose up against thee. Thou sendest forth thy wrath, which consumed them as stubble. Okay, so this is what the Most High is going to do to the so-called Egyptians, the modern day Egyptians, right? So just as I said in my previous videos, Egypt just means bondage, all right? So this is where our people are now. We're in bondage. We're in captivity. We're in servitude to our oppressors, right? We're paying taxes on a weekly basis out of our check. Or whatever we buy, we pay taxes in. Everything that we do, if we're purchasing anything or if we're paying any bills in this society, we're paying taxes to our oppressor, right? So basically, this is what we are. We're in captivity and we're in servitude to our oppressors, man, which is the modern day Egyptians. But what it says here again, this is what the Most High is going to do to the modern day Egyptians when he sent his son Hamashiach back to redeem his chosen elect. And in the greatness of thine excellency, thou hast overthrown them that rose up against thee. Thou sendest forth thy wrath, which consumed them as stubble. Okay? So this is what the Most High in Hamashiach is going to do to the present day Egyptians to redeem his chosen people, which is the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel, right? So the next one I want to go to is in the book of Luke, chapter 22. And I'm going to start at verse 6.